Hello everyone, and a very warm welcome here live to Bristol for the Euro 2016 Sweepstake draw. Of course, this follows on from the 2014 World Cup draw, in which Germany ran out the eventual winners. I'm joined here by my colleague Erin, who will be the official adjudicator for today's Sweepstake draw. She'll be putting the players and the teams out of the hat and making sure everything runs smoothly. Erin, of course, is a replacement for my colleague Richard, who joined me for the 2014 Sweepstake draw, who I should imagine is hungover somewhere after watching his beloved Barnsley winning the League One playoff final yesterday against the absolute animals that are Millwall. Congratulations, mate. I'm looking forward to Newcastle away next season. So, just a few little bits of information about the draw itself. There are 24 teams in the tournament. Each of you has contributed £5. That gives you one team which will be randomly drawn. The winner of the tournament will net themselves a healthy £70. The runner-up will win £20. And if your team finishes bottom of their respective group, you will win the £5 back again. Feel free as we go along, by the way, on the right hand side there should be a little comment box if you're signed in on YouTube. Feel free to post your immediate reactions there as we go along. You see how 5 of you watching at the moment. Thank you very much for joining. And thank you all for your prompt payment of £5, apart from Stu, who still owes me £5. Also, thank you very much to my live studio audience. I'll just show you. There's a large gathering today who's come to watch this. So thank you very much for that. And without further ado, it gives me great pleasure to start the draw for this Euro 2016 tournament. So if I can invite you, Erin, please, to empty the 24 teams into the bowl there. Make sure they all go into the bowl and none spill out. Are they all out of the bag there, Erin? The bag is empty. That's lovely. You pop it on the table there for me, that's great. And if you could do the same with the players, thank you very much. And the bag is empty, I can confirm. Okay, without further ado, let's begin the draw. So, Erin, if you would not mind selecting the first player who's going to be drawn a random team, please. The first player to be picked a team is Ben Spashett. Thank you, Ben. And welcome, Ben, joining us for the first Davis Sweepstake. You were not around for the 2014 World Cup, so welcome along. Thank you for joining. Ben, your team will be Austria. Commiserations, Ben. That is probably your £5 down the drain. Austria, of course, making their debut in this year's Euros. I would let you know some of their big name players, but I looked them up, I don't know any of them. Moving swiftly on, let's go for the second player, please, Darren. Thank you. And that is Chivers. Chivers also joining us for his debut in the Davis Sweepstake draw. Chivers, your team is Croatia. Croatia, currently on a good run, leading up to the Euros. They have lost only one of their last 11 games. Quite a good run. Big name players: Dario Srna, Ivan Rakitic of Barcelona, Luka Modric, and Mario Mandzukic. Not a bad team there, Chivers, mate. You've done alright there. Okay, let's go on to the next player. And that is Joe Sykes. Joe Sykes. Another player making his debut in the Davis Sweepstake draw. Joe Sykes, your team will be Switzerland. I do apologise about that, Joe. The only hope you can have, mate, is that they finish bottom of the group and you win your £5 back. Sorry about that. Little stat about Switzerland. They've never made it past the group stages of the Euros in 3 attempts. Big name players, you've got Jan Sommer in goal, Jordan Shaqiri, and also Granit Xhaka, of course, just signed for Arsenal. Okay, right, next player is Richard, thank you very much. Joining us again after the 2014 sweepstake, in which Rich drew Holland, who finished 3rd in the World Cup in 2014 and hilariously have not managed to qualify for this year's Euros. So Richard, your team will be England.
Oh.
You've got to be happy with that, mate. We're not going to win, actually, so we're not going to get to the final, so actually you might lose your money there. So England, who had their worst ever performance at a national tournament in 2014 in Brazil, finishing with only 1 point from a draw with Costa Rica. However, they qualified for this year's Euro tournament with 10 wins from 10. So we're not on a bad run. That's not too bad. Okay, next player, please, Aaron. Thank you very much. Is Leo. Leo, of course, joining us again. He drew France in 2014. Many people's heavy favourites for this year. He'll be pleased if he gets France again. So Leo, your team will be... He will not be pleased with this at all. Albania. Oh dear. I think the less said about that the better, but let me just give you a bit of background information about Albania.
I thought I was thinking.
Albania, the only information I've got is that they're making their debut at this year's Euros. I don't know any of their players. Leo, I do apologise. We'll have the next player, please, thank you very much. The next player is me. It's me. Oh god, here we go. So hopefully I'll do a little bit better than the draw in 2014, where we had 2 teams because it was 32 teams in the World Cup. And I drew Ivory Coast and Greece, which was awful. Oh, and I've drawn Spain! Unbelievable. Is it still going, by the way? It's buffering on my screen.
It is.
That's right. Yeah.
Buffering a bit.
That's amazing. I'll just give myself some stats about Spain here, and I can confirm as well that it's not a fix. So Spain, of course, champions of the last 2 Euro tournaments. Big name players: David Silva, Sergio Busquets, Iniesta, Morata, Ramos, and Piqué. Get in. I'm happy with that one. Lovely. Right, the next player is... It is Sean Cloak, old posh by himself. Welcome, Sean, making your debut in this tournament. And your team will be... Sean, your team is Iceland. Iceland, also making their first appearance at the Euro this year. I've done some research on their players. Literally their whole squad has surnames ending in Sun or Sen. And Heidegger Johnson is still in the squad. He's got to be about 97 by now. So that gives you an idea of the calibre of players that Iceland have in their ranks. Sean, you have Iceland. Thank you very much. Erin will have another player. So, Kate and Ian, so that's mum and dad. Sharing a team, of course, this year in the Euros.
Northern Ireland.
Kate and Ian, your team is Portugal.
Ooh.
Portugal. Warmed up for the Euros, of course, with a loss to Bulgaria. And they also lost to Albania in the qualifying group. Big name players, we've got Ronaldo, Nani, Pepe, and Quaresma. Just a selection of the players they have there. Of course, Pepe is a massive dirty cheat. Next player, thank you, Harry. That's lovely. Seiji, of course, joining us again after his exploits in 2014 sweepstake, in which he drew Italy, who, along with England, were favourites to progress from the group that failed. And his team is Sweden. Sweden, who beat their big rivals Denmark in the playoffs to qualify for the Euros. And big players include, of course, Zlatan himself, Kim Karlstrom and John Guidetti. Thank you, Aaron. Let's have the next player. And it's Matt Morris. Matt, who won the jackpot in 2014 after drawing Germany. Germany, of course, still available to be picked. Matt, your team will be. There's a bit of karma for you, Matt. Hungary. I'm not sure you're going to win the jackpot this year, mate, but all the best to you. Hungary qualified through the playoffs for the Euros, as I can only recognise one player for Hungary, and that's Zoltan Gira. Of course, ex of West Brom champion. The next player is Ryan. No, I'm not sure what teams we have left. There's some pretty big names in there, I think. Still going. Ryan, who drew Argentina in 2014, of course, were the runners-up then. So he had won a cash prize last time. Ryan's team is the Republic of Ireland. Ireland. What stats have I got on there? Let's have a look. So they beat Germany in qualifying, and they qualified in dramatic circumstances against Russia. Oh, sorry, Bosnia in the playoffs over 2 legs. Ryan, you have Ireland. Let's go for the next player. Jono, making his second appearance in the Davis sweepstake. Jono drew Spain in 2014, who of course failed to qualify for the knockout stages of that tournament last year. Let's hope they have a better performance this year, because that is my team. Jono, your team will be Turkey. Turkey, who qualified for the Euros with an 89th minute winner against Iceland. Some of their big name players include Arda Turan and Sahin of Borussia Dortmund. John, your team's Turkey. Thank you very much. Stu is the next player. Stu, making your debut. Stu, welcome along. Your team will be I do apologise, Stuart. I hope that we can still be friends, but your team is Slovakia, who actually did beat Germany in a warm-up game last night, 3-1. So you never know. But Slovakia, I do believe, are making their Euro debut, as they actually only made their first appearance at a major tournament in 2010. Some of their big name players, Marek Hamšík and Martin Skirtle. Hamšík scored an absolute worldie last night against Germany. Don't know if you've seen it. Look it up on YouTube, it is a beaut. So Stu, you have Slovakia. Next player is Ben Maynards. Welcome along, Ben. This is your debut. And also a huge congratulations to your team Leicester for winning the Premier League. An absolutely magnificent achievement. Well done. I hope you celebrated for a good few days. Ben, your team will be some people's dark horses, Belgium. They have a ridiculous squad of players, actually, Belgium. Currently ranked number 2 in the world, with players such as Courtois in goal, Kevin De Bruyne, Eden Hazard, Carrasco of Atletico Madrid, who made a wonderful performance in the Champions League the other night, Lukaku of the Tongan, the list goes on. unbelievable squad of players. I got every hope that they might go a long way in this tournament. You've done alright there, Ben. Next player is Phil. Phil Craver. Welcome along again, Phil. Last time you drew Belgium and Costa Rica in 2014, both of whom were knocked out at the quarterfinal stage. Is it the stream right, by the way?
Yeah, it's a bit of a delay.
Okay. Right, Phil, your team will be
Oh, sorry.
Germany. That's a pretty good draw for you, Phil. Germany. Of course, the current world champions. But surprisingly, only ranked number 5 in the world at the moment, which is a shock to me. Big name players, of course, we've got Mesut Ozil, Marco Reus, Mats Hummels, and Mario Götze, amongst many other decent players. Next player is Gurkin Karen. Hello, Gurkin Karen, if you're watching. Gurky, of course, famously fiercely Welsh. They'll be pleased that he won't be drawing England in this tournament. But Wales also are still available at the moment, so he could draw his home team. Gurkin Karen, your team is France. Heavy favourites for this tournament, with odds of 3-1 to win the tournament on their own soil. Players like Coman, Kingsley Coman, Griezmann, of course, with Atletico Madrid, who played well the other day, missed the penalty, but he was a good player. Paul Pogba, Bakary Sagna, and other players. I think they're probably going to win, to be honest. So you've done right there, Gurkin Karen. Well done. Gurkin Karen, of course, before we move on, drew England in 2014, who never made it through the group stages, so they didn't win any money. Next player, thank you, is Becky Wiles. Becky, hello, you're making your debut. Thanks for joining. Your team will be... And Becky, I'm very sorry, but your team is Romania. Romania, of course, quarter-finalist at Euro 2000, which was held in Belgium and Holland. As far as I'm aware, they've done absolutely nothing since then. Some of their players you might recognise Costel Pantilimon, of course, at Watford, and Vlad Kirikez. But other than that, I literally do not know any of the players. They've probably all got blonde hair. So Becky, you got Romania. Sorry about that. Next player is Pricey. Hello, Pricey. Up the Salop. I'm glad they managed to stay up. I'm looking forward to an away day there next season, actually. Pricey, your team is the Ukraine. The Ukraine. Whose best finish at an international tournament came at Germany in 2006, and they were quarter-finalists there. And big name players, so only 6 of the 23-man squad play outside of the Ukraine. And the only player that I really knew was Timoshuk, who's been around for donkey's years. So best of luck with that, Pricey. Right. Next player is Lucy. Lucy, of course, making a debut as well. Lucy, your team is the Czech Republic. The Czech Republic. The Czech Republic, who finished top of their qualifying group, and that is the same group in which Holland failed to qualify for the Euros from. So there are no mugs, and they came actually 6th in Ukraine and Poland, the Euro Championship there. So probably not going to make it all the way, but they might make it through the group stages at least. Czech Republic, some of their players, Peter Cech, Thomas Rosicky, amongst a few people. Okay, lovely. The next player is Erin.
Hey!
Erin. And in fact, I might have to invite a member of my live studio audience, in this case, just to ensure that the draw is fair. So, Erin, if you could have us just be substituted there for a momentary second. And Erin has drawn Russia. Russia. Thank you very much. Member of live studio audience, you may return to your seats.
You're welcome.
Russia, just to give you some information, Erin. Host, of course, amid much controversy of the 2018 World Cup. And I'd say the player with the best name there is Oleg Shatov. Of course, made famous by Gary Lineker, who shot on the pitch.
Good.
Okay, Russia. How many have we got left?
4.
4 people left. There's 4 teams in there.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay, now next person is Chris Lilly. Hello, Chris. Hope you're watching. Up the Gooners. Had a bit of a shocker this season, but still managed to finish second, haven't I? Your team, Chris, is Italy.
Ooh.
That's not a bad team, Chris. You're doing alright there, mate. Italy, of course, being managed by incoming Chelsea manager Antonio Conte, with players like, of course, Gianluigi Buffon in goal, De Rossi, El Shaarawy, and Graziano Pelle of Brent of Southampton. Chris, your team's Italy. Best of luck, mate. Next up is Hannah. Welcome along, Hannah. Thanks for joining. Are there any big name teams left in the draw? I cannot remember.
No.
Northern Ireland, that's a big team. You could draw those, Hannah.
England?
England have gone already. Hannah, your team is Northern Ireland.
Yes.
Northern Ireland. Making their debut in the Euros. And they last qualified for a major tournament in Mexico '86, I do believe. I hope those facts are correct. And of course, Will Grigg, who I believe is on fire, is a member of the squad travelling to France with Northern Ireland. And also you've got Roy Cowell there in goal, who is about 75. Okay, next player, thank you. Is Peach.
Not sure if he's not.
You can't remember if I spelled that right, Peach. Well, it's Ollie anyway, for everyone else. Peach, Ollie, same thing. Peach, your team of the 2 remaining is Poland. Poland. Who finished 1 point behind Germany in their qualification group. So they're not too bad, although the last Euros, which I believe was in Poland and Ukraine, they finished bottom of their group and went out on their own turf. I think maybe it might have been the first team to go out. So best of luck with that, Ollie. And so that leaves us with one last person, who is going to be Messi. Messi. And one last remaining team. I can't think of who it is, but it is Wales. Wales. Of course, Wales last qualified for a major tournament in 1958, in which they surprisingly reached the quarterfinals. 58, we've been waiting since 1958. But they are very much a one-man team with Gareth Bale, but obviously they do have other players like Hal Robson, Carno, Simon Church, Aaron Ramsey, amongst other people. So let's hope they make it out of the group stage. And that concludes the draw. Thank you very much for joining us here in Bristol. I do hope you enjoy the draw, and best of luck for your team in the tournament, and I will be publishing all your teams on the Facebook group shortly. Out the gas!